Sometimes we take for granted how hard it is at the highest level in the NBA to be able to win and win consistently. We're seeing that with the Lakers right now. The Boston Celtics, they were on a trajectory to win championships, plural, loaded with young talent, high draft picks. They had a great coach, Brad Stevens. You had Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and draft picks. Eastern Conference Finals, 3 of the last 4 years, but they took a major step backwards last night. Nets knocked them out. No surprise that the Nets were going to knock them out. They did get one win, but they have an emerging star in Tatum, but Danny Ainge has to bring in some talent here next year. The Celtics, they had an opportunity to build on something special, and the window of opportunity in all of sports closes rapidly. And we've seen that with Boston. You have the Nets. They're going to be loaded for the next couple of years here. The window to greatness is still open, but there's some real pressure to get back on track in a hurry. But you're dealing with a lot of pressures now in the NBA. There's pressure on the Milwaukee Bucks. Can they get past the Nets? Can they get to the Eastern Conference Finals? The Nets, this isn't easy. The Bucks, I like them as an underdog. You start to see what's happening in Portland. You have an unbelievable performance by Damian Lillard last night. All for naught. He puts up 55, and they lose. And then you wonder what the offseason is going to be like in Portland. Look at the Lakers on the brink here. Down, 3-2. Series goes back to L.A. We don't know if Anthony Davis is going to be able to play. But last night, the Nuggets went up 3-2 on the Blazers. The Suns rolled the Lakers. Here is LeBron James after last night's embarrassing loss.
We got our ass kicked. It's just that simple. They got to whatever they wanted to get to in this game, and we got to be better, obviously, if we want to force a Game 7. So, obviously, a lot to learn from in this game, a lot to cover. See, what we got to do better going into Game 6. But, they pretty much just kicked our asses. There's nothing else really to say.
No, the game was over at halftime, basically. When the Suns were up 30, LeBron checks out with 5 minutes to go, and they lived to see another game, but it might be the last game of the season for them. Dennis Schroeder turned down that contract extension. Man, he did not score. He had the same number of points as I did. That's hard to do if you're a good player in this league. You just start to look around, and I don't want to hear that the roster is bad now, because when they acquired Dennis Schroeder and some of these other players, Marc Gasol, people talked about how great the lineup was. Andre Drummond, they got him. Oh, my gosh, that guy, he averages 20 rebounds a game. He's going to be great. You got Harrell from the Clippers. Oh, well, you stole one from the Clippers. They got depth. Okay. Hey, I was front and center. I thought they improved. I thought they were going to be a better team this year. Comes down to this. There's nothing magical about it. It's Anthony Davis and LeBron play. Lakers usually win. If one of the two doesn't play, or one of the two is 70%, then you're susceptible here. Charles Barkley has a new nickname for Anthony Davis. Not a good nickname.
Anthony Davis, I told you, the Lakers can't win this series. Forget about the championship. They can't win this series without street clothes.
I'm not even. You want to explain that?
I call him Anthony Street Clothes Davis because he's always in street clothes.
You ain't got to explain it, Chuck.
Ain't got to explain it. I love that Draymond Green is there. And Draymond knows, hey, I still got to play. I got to play this guy. I got to guard this guy. I'm just going to kind of snicker a little bit there. Play it again.
Anthony Davis, I told you, the Lakers can't win this series. Forget about the championship. They can't win this series without street clothes.
I'm not even. You want to explain that?
I call him Anthony Street Clothes Davis because he's always in street clothes.
You ain't got to explain it, Chuck.
Ain't got to explain it, Chuck. You know that this came up before they went out on the set. This is where they're probably talking, and then Charles goes, Anthony Davis, I call him street clothes. Oh, man, you got to use that. All right, I'll use it. And then you go out there and you drop that on NBA World. Oh. I don't know if Anthony Davis is going to play in Game 6, but he better. I don't know how healthy Chris Paul is. See, the Suns are young, and they got confidence last year in the bubble. They won all of their games, 8-0, and they started this year with even more confidence because they had Chris Paul. You have a very good coach. Booker's a wonderful player. DeAndre Ayton has held his own, and their bench really helped them. Like, their role players really helped them last night. But you got the Lakers on the brink now. Get them early. Finish them off. Don't let them get healthy. Don't let them get rolling.